It's Monday on YourView. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Mariam Longa.
Hello, how are you
doing?
I'm fine, Dr. Murayo. I'm fine, thank you.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. I was at a particular place to celebrate a friend and friends. You know, it was such a, when you find people that are recognized and appreciated for what they do, and then they call you to be a part of that celebration, it just makes me happy, So, as you know, I'm not going to talk about yours, but VC had been given it's supposed to be your story. She was awarded an honorary doctorate degree, and she invited me to be there to celebrate with her. I thought it was really sweet of her to have asked me to join her. And congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And to you both.
Are you talking about me?
Yes.
Nice. Fantastic. How are you doing, Tokwe?
Very grateful. Very busy weekend.
Just keep bringing out all these neck pieces. How many did you buy? How many did you
This is lovely. I love the way you
really
look
She
today.
knows how to,
I
pick them.
I decided to let me slide so you can see what she's saying in case you did not see it. But I felt like Omowashorishe kind of weekend, like somebody looking for work, you now found work. So I volunteer in my church as the head of presentation unit, and then I'm a partner with Awesome Treasures Foundation. And this weekend was a busy weekend for me personally. So it was now a case of juggling my commitment to these organizations that I know are doing an amazing job, and I cannot form too busy because you see other people that have like high-ranking, extremely successful people also contributing their time. So it's never going to be easy, but I'm thinking, okay, legacy, what impact do I want to have? And so that was it. Then I had my first TEDx TED Talk on Saturday. It's TEDx Jibo.
Nice.
Organized by a 19-year-old young man. It was, and he was able to get Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, Aproko doctor, myself, about two doctors. It was a well-planned event. And the Harrow Ed is prosperity. I spoke about my topic, growth, choose your growth. Everybody can choose their own journey and choose to grow, But
Fantastic, nice. Looking forward to seeing the clip coming out.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Bissy? How are you doing?
Doing amazing.
How was your weekend?
Our weekend was, as usual, we were being celebrated and honored with a doctorate in media and philosophy. Dr. B.C. Ugo and Dr. Murayo Afolabi Brown. So afterwards, we just went to have lunch, which, lingered because we were discussing, arguing, talking. Everybody there is a talkative on that table. We just had fun and we left
So nice.
at night. And yesterday, I had to do a product shoot because I'm selling, I'm a market woman now. Aside from the media, I still sell market. Yeah. So I worked till about 9 p.m. yesterday, and I'm here for work today.
Yeah, so, I was a busy Saturday. So Saturday was crazy for me because I had 4 things to do. Early morning, I was the MC for a church event, which I had made commitment to. It was a City of Zion church, and I had to be there in the morning. Then I also had to moderate a teens church event. But think that was virtual, so I had to support the moderating. I was there. And then I had to run for the doctorate. So I was telling my brother, I took a picture of the award and I said, okay, Mariah, it's not an award, it's a degree. What do you mean? What are you talking about an award? So we were honored by Powers University in USA, Delaware, USA, and they honored myself and Dr. BC here, Doctorate of Media and Philosophy.
Yeah.
So, and I really appreciate, something is an honor. I don't take it for granted. It's just clear that the work we do here has been observed, noticed, and then people see the need to celebrate us and honor us with such an award. So I'm grateful to the organizers for that. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity. And then in the evening, I had to go to a wedding.
Only you.
One.
Why?
And I rushed because it was an important person. It was like family, friends, and so I had to go back, call Ada. Do makeup, and outside it was just crazy Saturday, man.
You alone. Most of your weekends are like that.
Yeah. Not really, Mariam. Don't say that.
Have you changed?
Yesterday, I took the kids out to the movies. Went to watch Woman King. That was a good movie.
Were the kids able to watch it?
Yes, they watched it. There was one scene with the night guy naked. Aside from that.
But there are naked people everywhere, so I don't think it would be strange to them.
My kids don't see that.
but yeah, it
was a good movie. I think it's worth watching. I had my own small reservations, but I think it was a good movie in all. It was a good movie.
We'll try and watch it.
Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, you better address me as Dr. Murayo.
Yes.
Favors, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Strike. Reps ASUU meet over face-off with government tomorrow. Picture here, world leaders to attend Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Chinese undergoing probe for killing Nigerian lover. PDP governors mount pressure on Wike to drop IU Moscow call. Why Nigerians in diaspora must mobilize for Tinubu. All aspirants to Alaafin School qualified, says Oyomesi. Oshunpo, Adele claimed that admits to overvoting in 6 polling units. Buhari in US for United Nations General Assembly. And Okwebi Ojota Link Bridge traffic diversion at Maryland Mende begins tomorrow. Chai.
Yeah, and let me take that as a PSA, public service announcement. So Lagos State has said it will be shutting down, it would shut down traffic at the Maryland/Mende underpass, and that would start tomorrow. And it's important for us to know, especially for those of us that use that route quite often. And Commissioner for Transportation, Frederick Oladende, has said that he's advising motorists to make use of the Ojota interchange to connect Maryland and its environs during this period. He says alternative routes had been mapped out by the state's traffic management agency to ease the movement of motorists. So he gave different access routes. He said that for the inner streets of the axis to make use of Mobolaji Bank Anthony to access Emmanuel, Aderibibe, Shita, and Adeyemi streets, while those heading towards Mende and its environ can make use of Mende streets to link at Joseph Street and connect Oki Lane to continue their journey. And he also said that the repair of the section of the Lagos-bound lane in the Iyano-Era Badagry Expressway has been pushed, till further notice. But he's asking motorists and begging for your patience and cooperation, and they're just trying to do the work that needs to be done. And hopefully this Okwebi Ojota Link Bridge, when completed, will bring much needed relief to commuters and motorists.
Wow, I have to be in that area on Wednesday, goodness. All right, let's take another story.
Yes, so ASUU, we know how we've been, Nigerian students and universities have been on strike for a very long time now. And the federal government had to drag ASUU to an industrial court, trying to order them to get back to classes and teach the students. However, the House of Representatives, the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, has invited ASUU for a meeting tomorrow. There's a bit of hope. They are trying to see how they can resolve the issues out of court, saying that even though the matter is in court right now, it doesn't mean that resolutions will stop. They will do whatever they can within their power, that they are not feeling really happy that students have been at home for over 8 months now. And ASUU is saying, on the other hand, that they will attend any meeting that they have been invited. They will attend, they will present. For this particular meeting tomorrow, they're supposed to be presenting a paper to talk about what their needs are and how they want it to be met. They'll present it before the meeting. And they're saying that we'll attend the meeting, you call us, we'll come and speak. However, the teachers will not go back to the classroom without their needs being met. That for over 8 months, they've been talking about it. The federal government hasn't done anything. So it's not when they go back to school that the federal government will do something. While they're having the meetings, the federal government needs to meet their demands before they can get back to the classes. Let's see how the meeting comes out tomorrow.
So today is the funeral of Queen Elizabeth. Many world leaders were already there yesterday. Our vice president will be attending, representing Nigeria and other Commonwealth nations. We're expecting about 500 leaders across the world to attend her funeral. Yesterday, we were there at the Lion Estate to see her, to pay their respects to her remains. And today, I think by sometime today, they'll be laying her to rest, and many world leaders will be there to attend the funeral. The vice president did express his condolence. He said that Nigeria joins the entire government and people of the UK, the Commonwealth, and the rest of the world in expressing our sincere condolence to the royal family and the passing of a monarch for all seasons. Okay.
I had a little, I observed something. So all the international news stations they were highlighting the US president, the president of France, and I was like, why are they not highlighting any African leaders? After all, we're the colonies themselves. And I expected our own newspapers to sort of highlight our own African leaders.
And yet,
still the
American.
oh yeah, that's true. Macron and Biden made our papers. Interestingly.
When you should
And
be
we didn't
our
make any
vice
of their own
president.
papers.
And maybe
Yeah.
South
So we are
Africa
still
or something.
colonized.
Yes.
Wow, mentally. I want to take the story of INEC elections in Oyo State. Adeleke, the governor-elect, is admitting that there were overvoting in about 6 polling units. He mentioned that, but he said it wasn't worth, it wasn't a big deal in that even if you remove those confirmed those particular number of people, about over 1,800 PVCs in 13 polling units that were overvoting, those still wouldn't make any huge difference in the election, that the current sitting governor still lost the election, and that he should stop. That I think they're assuming that he's sponsoring some, that Adeleke is assuming he's sponsoring some social media people to raise their, the information of overvoting in some polling units. So he went back to say that according to the bimodal voting accreditation system, that's BVAS, it is still, the election still sways to the current governor-elect. We're waiting for the tribunal. We're expecting that when that comes out, it will lay all these accusations to rest and people can move on with governing the states.
Okay, moving on to the Punch. Tax reliefs, concessions. FG grants 16 trillion waiver to Dangote, Honeywell, and others. 22 killed in Abuja, Lagos, and Ogun. Crashes, 12 hospitalized. PDP crisis worsens as BOT meets Ortom Fintiri today. Students to ground Lagos Airport. Police threaten showdown. Nigeria's oil production crashes to 900 barrels per day. 24 sue INEC, alleged 7 million voters unregistered. And Atiku Akokonso have no street credibility, says Keyamo. Okay, which story are we starting with?
I have the 24 sue INEC. So 24 Nigerians have dragged INEC before the court, Abuja Federal High Court, for failing to give them, this 24, and 7 million other Nigerians adequate time and opportunity to complete their voter registration after they had done the online registration. So we remember, I think last week, INEC had disclosed that over 10 million Nigerians who had completed the online registration. Out of that, only about over 3 million completed the process physically and got their PVC. So that is about 32.8% of those who did the online registration actually completed the exercise. So this group of 24 are saying that they're asking the court to compel INEC to reactivate the process and have them complete their registration so that they can collect their PVC as well, and also compel INEC to provide more facilities and more personnel to allow for more people to complete their registration. And this was done for them with the help of SERAP. So we'll see where this leads. I know INEC had said they had given a time frame, and they had extended and overextended it. But, it's really concerning, really, that we had 10 million people who had registered and only about 3 million and a little above finally got their PVCs.
So let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to try to push in as many questions. Yes, ma'am, you're going to ask me.
Yes, I just wanted to say I have a suggestion. I've mentioned this a few times on the show about, helping with policing and e-policing, that regular citizens and indigents, if there's a platform that when we see something happen, you can take a picture, a short video, and send to a platform. So buses that stop indiscriminately, it happens to me all the time in front of my estate. There's a bus stop just past my gate, but they will stop before the bus stop and cause traffic all the way. And if I knew that I could just take a picture of that bus or car or a video and send it to a platform that would address it, it will make me feel happy that I'm doing something. There's something on the road, a bridge is coming off, I'll take a picture, a video, send it to a platform.
Citizen journalist.
Yes, that's what I would like to be able to help in that way.
Is there something they can do there?
Yes, like
What's the handle?
Like I said, you can send it to Lagos State platform, Twitter and everything.
Let
You get to
somebody stand by
like the
to
Citizen
attend
Gate.
to
We have a it's like a site where people can forward their observation to Lagos State government to act. Citizen Gate, you can use that, but send it to
Citizen
Lagos
Gate.
State platform.
Citizen
Twitter,
Gate.
anything.
Citizen Gate.
So I read in the papers this morning that you're going to be closing down Mende, Maryland axis because of some road work. How prepared are you for that?
I think we are going to, based on our inspection yesterday night, we have observed that we still need to fix the boy joint on the bridge, and which we have to reschedule the diversion now. I'm just passing that out now. We met yesterday night and we saw that they still need to do something on the bridge. So that will be, we are rescheduling that diversion.
Okay, so that's an update. Thank you so much.
So the diversion has been postponed.
Yes.
We have several diversions, as in Nigerians are feeling like we know the governor is
Feeling the
working.
pain.
Like we know it because we spend hours in the traffic as the work is going on. But there are situations, Nima has raised the situation that we all have experienced where there's an accident and then it compounds the accident, the traffic that we are going through. What is the response time and to accidents that result from roadblocks, especially when it forms a risk for those of us that are driving and who are stuck in traffic?
Thank you very much. Actually, we are working with LASEMA and LASMA to improve our response time to evacuate incident, truck, anything on the bridge, or on the road generally. Especially when you talk about Lomano Bridge, this bridge on linking Ojuelegba to Barracks. There's always incident on that road, which we are trying to work out. But we are trying to standardize our equipment now. So that
Heard that before, sir.
we are trying to do that now because we have some equipment in Alausa in some locations. But we are trying to look at traffic-prone area where we have incident or breakdown, accident, so that the recovery time will be faster. We are working on that. And within the next 2 weeks now, you'll see the difference on the road. So because response time, Lagos, the volume of vehicles on our road is so much that we have to be thinking on how to...
I would have liked as a citizen where, a car broke down. And maybe there's a possibility that LASMA is aware. That LASMA official that has seen the car break down should tweet.
They do that.
Okay, break down on this. It's going to cause and then have people retweet it. I know they do this sometimes, but it doesn't get to people like us. We try to have an idea how long.
I was stuck
And
in
also, so in cases for those who have Twitter, for example, so I know that in their broad, sometimes there's a big signage as we're entering the express saying that there's a 30 minutes congestion, so you have an idea. So even if you have that mental idea that a car broke down, okay, do I take an alternate route, or you don't frustrate or calm down because you're already frustrated that there's traffic. Once I know it's a car that broke down, okay, 20 minutes, I'll get home. Can you put more of those digital signages that keeps
on the digital signages that are already around? Because there was
God bless you.
I had to go and sleep in BC's house because there was so much traffic. We spent 2 hours just trying to get through Lekki toll gate. Apparently a trailer fell in that VI axis and we didn't know, but we just knew this is unusual for us to be stuck like this. But there was a big billboard there, and if you had put it there that breakdown.
To add to that, sir, Tope was coming from school, and this same billboard told her Queen Elizabeth died. So the same person that had the initiative said, "Let me put Queen Elizabeth died." Should also say traffic, the car broke down, because you should have a partnership with all the owners of these big digital pay guys. This has happened last month. Send a message to them. Kiniko has broken down, or it's going to be the extra day. So once they have that information, as they're driving through that Lekki, they know, okay, I have a congestion.
Well, you asked the question. I'm not sure you gave us like a proper answer. This the diversion they want to do in Maryland. Do we have what's the second option for people to pass when they block that road?
Because when the ground happens, they'll tell us now. We have that.
Okay.
They're still discussing.
No, apart from that, when you read the press release, we have already created an alternative route in that press release, but we shed more light when the time comes.
Okay, so what do you do about officials who still break the laws that they put?
How did we forget that one?
And complaining that you make laws.
Thank you.
The police is the last mile,
bless
the
you.
FRSC that would break the laws.
Yeah.
What are you doing about that?
That's right.
Actually, when such things happen, what you need to do is to capture senators, and we are taking appropriate measures, action against them, because they are meant to complement the law.
Yeah.
They should be the first person to obey the law where they bring the law. And the law even talked about that. Even our traffic law mentioned that officers, cannot go against the law. You have to make sure that you do the right thing. So once you see that, they said the disciplinary committee for them to punish them. But others, we have to write to the Nigerian police, Nigerian army, Navy, and everything. But we are partnering with their
In
provost.
fairness to the Lagos State government, I have observed that when you hear those sirens and people that are trying to it's not Lagos.
Yeah,
they're not going to Osun, they're not going to Kwara. I see their plate up there and I want to
not Lagos.
because if they're from Lagos, they know we don't do that in Lagos. Because they're talking harassing everybody, they want to pass. We don't do this here now. Who are these people?
This is not our
This is not our culture in Lagos.
Then again,
Lagos is
maybe I
sophisticated.
should pass this information.
Yes.
It's against the law to cover your number plate.
But
Against the
A
law to
lot
cover
of
your number
people,
plate.
yes. When you look at the law under section 16 and 196, when you are on the road, your plate number should be visible. That is your ID. When you cover it, what does it mean? You don't have a plate number. You have defaced the number plate, which is section 16, section 15 talk about it. So we are coming out. But I have told my men, my colleagues in the various organizations, MDAs, to go and do enlightenment. Let's inform people. You cannot cover
There's
your
one
number
question.
plate.
Let's take a few.
Yeah, so June 29 Media says, please, could you help ask the guests why will they impound for not carrying a driver's license?
You have to carry your driver's license.
Why would you impound?
Why
It
would
is
you?
the law. It is the law.
So the
You
law
have
is if you are caught
you
without
have
your
to
driver's
even have your
license.
photocopy with you. You can keep original at home in case they want to verify. That is what
that's
gives you
important.
authority to drive.
Sir, please let me just stop you there. If you have your photocopy with you, you can show them.
You can show them.
And it's acceptable.
If they're now doubting it, they can now ask you to go and bring the original. Because we have seen people who impose faces.
Okay.
Is there any way they can?
And it was.
Sir, is there any way they can quickly check the data?
Yes.
They'll show on the
Yes.
system
Yes.
and let you go instead of
Yes.
asking you to go and bring.
Once they
Obiatulu, I raised that
check,
too.
and they can't see it, they will now see
This day, last month, they have
No, FRSC. I raised that. I told the
I've seen a
FRSC.
lot of EUs, people who try to manipulate our data, even our documents.
Wow.
We know there's a second thought government.
I raised the issue with someone, and the person was like, "How can you be telling me my job? You show me your own license. You're asking me to check my data." And I said, I remember when this thing was launched. It was Mr. Sector Commander, Hygienist, the man that called on the show. He came on the show then and he was saying that we now have a system where from the phone, we'll just, from your plate number, we can tell if you are registered. I said, but sir,
in real life,
my car is registered. You have the device. You can check and verify. He said, no, I want to see your documents. I showed him. He said, where's insurance? Every registered vehicle has third-party insurance now. Why are we doing this to ourselves? That's why I was tempted.
You can also verify yourself. You see, most of these insurance companies, we have assisted them to be able to improve their system in place. See, most people carry, like what I said, please let me go. Most of the insurance policy we have, they especially the third party. They are not in the system.
Is that our own fault? We paid.
It's because that's why insurance NIA, they have insurance, Nigerian Insurance Association. They have developed their system now that you can confirm your insurance. You get your test message down.
By yourself.
Because of what you are seeing.
They have to go.
one last question, please. Is there a place we can go to see what the traffic law infractions are and what the adjoining punishment is?
Yes. Just go to Lagos State website.
Is there?
Lagos
There.
State
We
West.
are trying to introduce something that you can. We are going to upload all this information
Yes.
into it where people can
We have to wrap
confirm
up,
the
sir.
fines and everything.
Thank you so much
True.
for joining us. I mean, I mean,
pleasure.
as I said this before, I have a friend that went to a party. We crossed the red light. He thought it was nothing. As I was entering the Owambe party, like, he just got a green from Lagos State government that is paying. Come and pay. He was shocked. Like,
That is a smart city for you.
That's my
You have to
Well,
press
well
you have to
done.
press down. You have to
That is
press down.
all
Governor.
I can take on the
Yeah.
show this morning. The week is just
Thank you,
starting.
sir.
Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.